everybody, welcome back to Holistic Healing by Tiamat. Today we are here for this full moon transmission. So take a moment just to ground yourself before we start. Taking a deep breath in and out, just to ensure that we are leaving any and all heavy energy from the day behind us, because this is a new cycle that is starting with this full moon. Wow, so many new opportunities are coming in for us. I'm just going to go straight into this and talk about the overall energy of this full moon in Libra. So, being a full moon in Libra, it is actually going to be a time when we are finding that there is a lot of opportunities to make important decisions for us and for those around us as well, and important decisions that are going to affect our future as well as our present moment. The general energy and overview of this full moon is going to be romance and relationships. So this is going to be highlighting the way that we communicate and commit to other people, and we are going to find that within our individual relationships we will be called to have a deeper level of commitment. And this is going to mean that not only are we called to focus our intentions towards how we treat each other, but also towards what actually triggers us within relationships to inspire us and empower us to be our most divine self. Now, this is also going to call us to actually work out within our relationships where it is that we like to be more dominant and where it is that we like to be more submissive, because this full moon is a very heavy energy, of course, being a big full moon energy. It's going to really call us towards deeply reflecting upon our own communication styles and the way that other people communicate with us, so that we can think about how we want to be spoken to and how we want to be in relationships. So for example, if you are someone who is quite a dominant person but you don't like to shout, you need to work out within your relationships and your connections ways to healthily communicate with your desired person or your special person. And this is going to help you to have a healthier connection. Another feature that is being brought up and highlighted during this full moon is our leadership qualities and our ability to take the lead. So Libra, being the communicative star sign and astrology sign that is able to communicate and tie other signs together, is actually going to be very interesting to observe within the collective, because once we are able to actually work out, of course, what it is that we are good at individually and what makes us inspired, it then helps us to either be good at what we are good at, so that then inspires other people, or help other people to be good at what they are good at as well. And that is all about how you really take the lead. It doesn't require you to do anything that is different or new. It just requires you to be your own authentic self. And it's really interesting how this is going to be coming up in Aries, which is in this star sign of Aries, which is known for being a passionate season that is responsible for changing the winter to the spring. So a lot of different feelings and emotions are going to be coming up, and actually there is going to be a lot of time over this period where you will find yourself reflecting upon the past, and where you will find yourself needing to think about where it was in the past that you made unhealthy decisions so that you can make healthier decisions moving forwards into the future. It's also going to be an important time to balance out our own individual shadow and light sides, because when we think about balancing things out on the karmic scales, we don't just need to focus on other people's karma and the wrong things that other people have done to us and how we can seek revenge on other people or anything like that. Actually, it's more important that you take a step back and that you work out how to heal your own life. Because if you are finding that you are someone who is dealing with a lot of blockages, then perhaps it's time to take a step back and think, am I blocking my own blessings? And this full moon in Libra is really going to give you the time and the space and the energy that you need to do that. There is going to be a lot of high vibrational energy coming in straight away as we enter the 5th, and that is going to be tomorrow, but when you watch it, it will be today. So this will mean that there will be a lot of confusion, and there will be anxiety as well, because Libra is known for being a sign that is highly charged and high vibrational and not necessarily the most grounded, because the Libran is the person that has to deal with other people's conflicts and chaos. That means that the Libran doesn't necessarily always have time to deal with their own health and their own needs. So this full moon period is actually going to be a really beautiful time for us all, because we're all going to be connecting into that high vibe energy that the Librans can embody, which will mean that we're all going to be feeling, as we are empathizing with the Libra collective as well, we are all going to be feeling quite empowered and like we are able to be a Queen of Swords, like we are able to cut things and people off who are no longer serving us and who are no longer, or that is dead weight in our lives. So yeah. Again, because this is in Libra as well, this is going to allow things to just really slow down. Everything's going to be taking a more relaxed stance, and everything's going to be feeling more mellow yellow, a bit more chilled out and relaxed, because we have had a very fast, high-paced, high vibrational last few years, and it's just going to allow us to ground ourselves and express ourselves truly, not just feeling like we have to say things or that we have to be part of a social group or anything like that, but actually being able to make the decisions that we need to empower ourselves. I keep saying empower, but yeah. Anyway, so now I have got some activities for you to do for the full moon that have been sort of advised, not necessarily like, okay, anyway. One thing I would recommend doing, because it's a Libra full moon, is to be cautious with your moon water that you make, and only place it out on the evening at the time, or a couple of hours either way, because it could lead towards other people calling you nasty or unkind names if you were to leave your moon water on your bedroom window or anything like that before the full moon. I wouldn't recommend leaving it after the full moon anyway, because it becomes charged with other energies, but I do know that some people, if you work and things like that, will leave your moon water a couple of days before, and I have seen a few times, but I wouldn't recommend doing that for the full moon in Libra. Secondly, it is a really good idea to communicate with and to get with your friends or your coven or your tribe, because if there is going to be any kind of moon-based magic thrown your way, you will be safer if you are with other people. And say, for example, if you are being hit with any kind of lunacy, if there is anybody who is a well-practiced witch or a tribe mother in your group, they will be able to notice the signs of these attacks, and they will be able to help you to return the negative intentions to sender, especially if you are someone who has been hit by gang stalking or group spell work or any kind of group work. Because if you are someone who is dealing with group ritual work and you are struggling with your mental health and your health, then it is important to actually connect with other people who know what is going on around you, who are not gaslighting you, who see what is going on around you. Because once you are able to communicate with your friends and your family, it takes so much pressure off of both of your backs, because your family know what's going on anyway. It's just like the big elephant that's in the room and nobody is talking about it because they're too anxious about bringing it up. They don't want to hurt your feelings and things like that. But when you bring it up, it's like a huge dead weight has been lifted off your shoulders, and it is really eye-opening to actually experience and realize that actually nobody's perfect and we all have questions and we all make mistakes. So yeah, I hope that helps. Another activity that's going to be really important is to just really let go. With it being the Libra full moon, it is now more than ever important to just really let go and indulge in that Libran energy of just overindulging if you want to, overspending if you want to, and just being just because you can be, not because you feel like you have to be a certain way. It's just such a beautiful time going out into nature just because you want to go out and chill out and eat a picnic, in connecting to your inner child. That is what is going to be really important. And I am aware of this full moon, there's not really going to be too much conflict or chaos, because we are going to be dealing with our own shadow side in a way that is causing us to either deal with things like adults and say, hello, look, I've got conflict with you, can we sort this out like mature adults? Or you're just going to walk away and be the bigger person and say, you know what, I don't care anymore, this has caused me too much stress, this has caused me too much money, this has caused me too much grief, and I'm just going to choose my own mental health. As much as it will pain me not to choose the other option, I've got to choose my own mental health, because otherwise there won't be a me and there won't be a future. So that's just something for you to bear in mind for this full moon period, is that your health needs to come first. Yes, okay, it may be important to reach specific and certain deadlines at work, but what good is it having all of these deadlines at work if you can't even keep your eyes open because you're so sleep deprived, because you're not very well? So I know myself that this last month has been really difficult for me. I've been not sleeping well and I've been almost like crashing out places because I've been very stressed. But it is the perfect opportunity now, today, more than ever, to just have this reset, have this recharge time for yourself to go, you know what, I don't have to be held back by my past anymore. And yes, there are a lot of sleep disturbances that come with full moons because there is a lot of high vibrational energy going on, there is a lot of shifting happening, and especially as this moon is in an air sign, meaning that things are going to be shifting faster, but we're slowing down as a collective. So that means that the earth and the world around us may be seeming to go at a very fast pace. But that is again also because we were used to being locked down inside of our homes, and now we are all going out and exploring the world around us. It can be a little bit shocking to the nervous system to realize actually we must keep ourselves safe. So just really relax and focus on all of the things that you love the most, and I can see that actually your romantic relationship is going to be very, very beautiful during this time. You're going to be able to communicate with each other in open ways that you perhaps have not been able to communicate with each other before, and this is going to mean that you are actually feeling the true depth of the love within this connection, and that is going to cause you to open your heart more towards your person and also towards the feelings of love, because you're going to realize like actually I am a divinely loving being and I can love other people and I can be loved. There is no reason why I should not be loved. And I can see that that is going to cause you to sort of push aside any shame that you do feel based upon feeling in love, feeling the feelings of love. Because I can see that you may be called to, during this time, to focus upon some times in your life that were not so good, not so great, and this may cause you anxieties and depression or grief, but we are all going through it right now because we have all been through quite a lot, and taking that time for yourself is going to help you then to be able to realize actually we've been through a lot. We have gone through an incredibly large amount of sugar over the last 3 years, and building our own happiness doesn't start from nothing. So you have to give yourself a pat on the back and realize that actually, although you may feel like, oh, I haven't done anything or I haven't done much, just sitting down and relaxing is doing a lot, because you're not doing anything destructive, you're not doing anything negative, and you are likely inspiring other people around you to meditate, to calm down and to relax themselves as well. So don't push yourself too hard to be anything that you are not. That way, the more that you relax, the more that you are going to be able to deeply really connect to the collective and feel this love that is coming your way. I can see that you're already getting excited and you're already anticipating that something new might happen during this time, but I can see that Spirit is guiding you towards taking a leap of faith yourself, rather than always waiting for the divine to do things. Actually being in your own energy and thinking about what it is that you can do to progress your life for yourself. Now, there are going to be multiple healing opportunities coming up, and one of the main things is going to be grounding yourself out in nature. This is going to be such a lovely time to do this, and you may find that there are friends that you can connect with, other people that you can connect with, that will help you to feel more empowered about going out and grounding yourself in nature. And you will be able to realize that you have the ability to manifest a new start during this time. I can see that the things that you manifested last month will be coming to full fruition. Sometimes when they come to full fruition, we may feel a little bit disappointed or a little bit angry within ourselves, because we're like, oh, well, I could have manifested something bigger the whole time. But it's all about realizing that as people, we make goals, we make small goals, and then when we hit them, we make larger goals and we push the goalposts. But if we were to make huge goals that we couldn't even start to stick to, we would end up failing all of our projects. So it's also important to realize that you are not the same person as you were in the last moon cycle. As much as you may think, oh, I've got to be a certain way, I've got to do the same things as I done the last month. You're not the same person. You have had different experiences, and you have gone through the process of meeting new people and eating new foods. So our bodies are completely different biologically. So it's not expected that our mind is going to be the same. This will help to bring more comfort towards you, because if you were in a lower place, or even in a place where you wanted to progress, it's worth realizing that you're not in the same place anymore. And this is why it's going to be so important for you to take a little bit of time to reflect and relax, so that you too can see what you have created and what you have manifested. Also, while you are reflecting upon things that you have manifested, reflect upon why you have changed, the good and the bad. Reflect upon all of the things that brought you to this point, and use that as fuel to keep going for the next moon cycle, because I can see that while you focus on the way that you are still the same, you will keep manifesting that. But the way you focus on all of the different changes that you have been able to create within your life, the more that you are then going to be able to create more healthy changes in your future, which will lead towards you having less anxiety when you do then make those decisions. And that will then help you to see why healing was needed in the first place, so that you can then access healing in the future. This moon, as it is in Libra, again, brings freedom from suffering, because it is such a freeing, emotionally and physically, time that we can all go out and enjoy ourselves, especially with Aries being the ruler of the solar system right now. This is just helping us to actually feel like our magical manifestation powers are working, and we can see that we are creating abundance, magic and bliss within our lives, rather than always worrying about, am I hitting the right deadlines, am I hitting the right goalposts? You're going to be able to see all of your hard work playing off and paying out for itself. So that's beautiful. And now let's go into the part that we have all been waiting for, which is the twin flame part of today's reading. So, okay, this is really interesting, because it's going to be really, really deep, this connection. Within the days before and a couple of days after the full moon, you are going to be in a very, very committed union, and it's going to be feeling like you are in a very deep connection, because this connection is going to start to feel superhuman because of the love that you share with one another. It is going to help you to actually be able to use it in the third dimension, rather than wondering how it is that you can love your person. You're going to be realizing, actually, this superhuman feeling that has been created was created by none other than myself. This is not an accident, this is not a mistake, and this collective is part of me. So that's going to help you to really feel that mutual reciprocal love, and I can see that your twin is going to feel the exact same way, and you're going to just be feeling so empowered because of this. There are going to be real profound feelings of togetherness, even if you're not necessarily living together, although I am seeing for most of you, you will be living together, especially during this full moon period, because you're going to be feeling the need to come together to nurture each other and to connect with each other, to hear more about each other's lives. And this is going to help you to feel more energized, and again, this profound feeling of togetherness is going to fuel you to have this, I don't want to say power, but this energy that you have never even realised that you could embody before. Because when you are glowing and someone else sees you glowing and they're like, wow, you're glowing, and they match your energy, it is just a truly, honestly magical experience. So that is what is going to be going on in the twin flame energy. Beautiful energy. Because I can see that this harmonization that you are creating together is actually going to be causing a lot of collective satisfaction. So wow, this is such amazing energy. And I can also see that when you are able to harmonize your love with each other, you're going to be able to harmonize your connections to the community around you as well. It's not going to be unusual for you to feel like you want to be alone as well, and for you to really feel like you want to be independent, because this is the Libra energy, just highlighting our own need for self-assurance and responsibility of our own reality. By taking responsibility of the things that we have created, it means that we can then have a closer connection and commitment with those things. So that is everything for today's full moon in Libra video. But if you do have any questions, then let me know down below and I will answer them. I will aim to answer them as soon as possible. However, the one thing that I do want to give you as a take home is that even if you don't take anything else with you, just please learn to deeply nourish your soul during this time. Learn how to care for your soul in a way that it's like food for the soul, is the best way I can explain it. But learn to care for your soul in a way that is going to cause you to feel proud of yourself, that you can tell other people, I done this work on my own soul today. This doesn't mean meditating or doing anything like that, but say for example you're thirsty and you just want a drink and you're thinking, do I have enough money to get myself a bottle of water? Yes, you do. Nourish that soul. You nourish that soul and you watch what happens as a result, because I promise the more that you nourish yourself, the more that you will notice within your reality that other people are also nourishing you and themselves. And even if you can't find a lot of things to be grateful for, just try and find at least one thing during this full moon to be grateful for. You don't even have to write it down, you don't even have to tell anybody, you just have to find one thing that you are grateful for, and this is going to help you to be able to stop wanting to manifest things so quickly and so in such a throwaway succession, because you're going to realize actually life is beautiful. So thank you very much for watching. This was the Moon in Libra video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next full moon. If you enjoyed this full moon in Libra video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and let me know down below in the comments. See you next time. Goodbye. God bless. So it is also really important for you to make sure that you are just relaxing and letting go. So I declare a national party for the full moon because as we are already in the Easter holidays anyway, why not just go a little bit OTT and have a national party, because it's going to be Easter soon, so yeah! So I am looking forward to it. It's a national party, and if you wanted any tracks to listen to party to, I will leave my new album down below. This was not a way to promote my new album, by the way. I just thought since we're going to have a party, you're going to need something to listen to. You're going to need something to drink as well. And so I am bringing out a new soda pop. It is going to be kiwi flavoured, but that probably won't be until May. But it will go perfectly with summer fruits. Don't forget to have fun this full moon either, because it is going to be the start of summer soon. So just chill out, relax, and enjoy the sun. Thank you for watching this outro. If you did have the patience to watch it all the way through, thank you very much. And I'm just gonna party with you for the outro. Oh, let's be real. Oh, I love the taste and the flavors. And then I feel the tingling down my spine. Oh, I unwind. Thank you, Reiki, for saving me. Oh, summer. Oh, summer fruits. Mixed up and blended. Oh, I'm giving my dance moves away now. Don't forget to include your neighbours if they want to be included, and that includes the elderly in your parties. But don't be disrespectful. If you know that you have elderly neighbours and they're trying to get sleep and rest, make sure that you are quiet enough so that they can get their rest. But make sure that if you're like cooking really good food, that you're sharing it, and that you're going, when you're going to the shop, that you're thinking of your friends in your community as well, because of course we can naturally be selfish sometimes, and I am guilty of it myself, but when you think about somebody, it changes their whole day, their whole mood. For example, if you have a spare 50p and there are 2 drinks and you want to get your neighbour a nice drink, it is just a really nice thing to do. And I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to do on my Holistic Healing by Tia account channel, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting everything ready and woo, I'm pretty excited for this. So yeah, this was your full moon in Libra reading. No, it wasn't. I didn't even do the reading. Okay, sorry. This really is the last part. Let's get a general reading to see what is going to be happening in your life over this time. Let's find out what the gods and the angels want you to know about what is coming up in your life for the full moon. Okay, so we have got on the top of the deck, we have got the Ace of Wands coming out. So, okay, this is going to be a time which is typical of the Aries season with a Libra full moon, but this is going to be a time when you are able to feel like you are able to connect with your intuition in a way that is not just inspiring you to be a better person, but actually it's going to inspire you to teach other people how to be better people as well, because I can see that you want to lead other people and you want to help other people, but you didn't necessarily have the energy or the inspiration before to want to do this. You felt a little bit depressed, because in the winter we all felt collectively depressed, and coming straight out of a lockdown, it was difficult on all of our mental health. So don't be too hard on yourself and allow yourself to feel inspired by your muse, and just go for it. Just go for whatever you feel like creating. If you are in a flow state and you feel like making something or doing something, just do it, because you never know until you create something if it is going to be a success or not. But the more you hold yourself back, the more likely, well, you're never going to find out what your potential is. So wow, with the Ace of Pentacles coming out, you've got a lot of aces coming out, which is actually really, really lucky. So yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles coming out, I can also see that again, this inspiration, this project that you are manifesting is going to pay the bills. It's going to put food on the table, and it is going to bring you abundance. So you don't need to worry about creating more financial security about yourself. Just have fun for this full moon period, because we only get one life. It's not like YOLO or anything like that, but we do truly only get one life. And wow, with the Hierophant coming out, especially with what we were mentioning about the Twin Flame card earlier, I can see that you are having a lot of blessings during this time, and a higher level commitment is coming towards you. Whether you are wanting